My name is Celestine Abaka. I am, first of all, an entrepreneur. I'm the founder of starterhub.io and destinally.com. Secondly, I'm also a politician, even though I typically don't like to address myself as a politician. I belong to the PDP. I'm a member of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. I have been a member of the PDP from inception, even though I became more politically active from 2018. And that was spurred by the Obanliku mantra that was sold to us by our leader, Honorable Peter Akbanke.
Yeah.
So the moment they think Obanliku mantra was sold to us, um, I keyed into it, and of course, because it's been my dream to serve my people, the Obaliku people, and I felt okay, fine. The best way to start was to project the Obaliku interest and then ask the Obaliku people to give me their support to serve them in the capacity of as chairman of council.
Concerning your political party in the PDP, sir, have you held any position in the party, either at ward level? Also, tell us the ward in which you belong to in the PDP. Politics is local, boils down to your political ward.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. I am from Bishri South Ward of Obaniku local government area. I have not held any political position before, but I've worked for the party. I've been with the party and I've worked for the party at different levels. I've been supporting the party from time, even though I have not held any official position before.
Okay, sir. I want to also ask, for the fact that you have not held any political position in the party, many people may want to bring up questions of the fact that your ability has to be tested. Now, I want you to delve a little bit into your entrepreneurship administrative experience, what you have done in the areas of entrepreneurship with regards to administration. So this puts a pointer to people that misunderstand or may not have a glimpse of what you can do administratively. Yeah, so you just give us a brief about that also.
Uh, Thank you very much, Ruben. Like I said earlier, I'm an entrepreneur. I have built a couple of relatively successful businesses, and those businesses have, employed a good number of Nigerians. We have a good number of Nigerians in our payroll, and these businesses have been. We've been running these businesses successfully for the best part of 2 decades.
Yes.
Apart from that, I have a stinge with the private sector. I, have worked in world-class organizations. I've worked with Chevron before. I've worked with the NACO Aviation before, and I've led very large teams, and of course, as somebody who is primarily an entrepreneur, I've been able to record success in everything I've ventured into, both in my private life as a business person and in my professional life. I have led very large teams and we've recorded tremendous success at different levels. So I have the needed experience and enterprise to run the council. So that is why I am asking the Obanliku people to give me their support. You cannot be in politics without criticism. I understand criticism and controversy is a part of politics. And ever since I came on board, I've enjoyed my fair share of criticism and controversies. So first of all, you have people on the one part complaining about, they talk about me being a fresher. They want to know my background, where I come from, who's my godfather. They want to know what political office I have held in the past. that and a few other questions. So a lot of people are going to be critical about that, and of course, some people have been very vocal about that. Trying to know about my background, my experience, and the fact that they think I'm a fresher. But the matter of fact is, I am really not a fresher per se. I have been a part of the system for a long time. I was born into a political family. My father held several political offices, and of course, we've been in the PDP for a long time. My brother held political office. I was very small. I've been supporting the party, and we're working for the party at different levels. And in my private life, I, have led very large teams, and of course, with some degree of success. So that is the criticism on one part, and then there also some controversies. When you are involved in politics, people are going to even get personal with you. A lot of them are going to question everything around you. They're going to question your private life. They're going to question your source of funding and everything. So a lot of people want to know where we're getting the funding to run election, and as a result of that, they come up with a lot of questions regarding my source of income, and
what responses have you been giving to those people when they try to come up with these questions? What responses do you give to them, sir?
Well, the matter of fact is, you don't really need to respond to anybody who raises questions. Don't need to respond to any question being raised by anybody. But the matter of fact is, what I tell them is, look, we are as real as it gets. We're as real as it comes. We're genuine. We are sincere. We are honest about the whole process. I'm somebody who has. I was born in this village. I was brought up in this village. I grew in this village. I started life in this village, and I started business in this village. I've been a hustler from day one. So, for a lot of people who know me, they know how I grew through the system to be where I am today. So I really don't need to answer. Really don't need to give them any specific answer. But the matter of fact is, people question what they tend to question what they don't understand.
Yes.
Question what they don't understand. Everything people don't understand, they raise a lot of questions about it. And one thing people should understand is the fact that in today's world, you can literally be anywhere and run your business from there. You can be anywhere. Like I have been in this village for 6 years now, since I came back from Lagos. I've been here running my business from here. I have a couple of businesses incorporated both in the UK and the United States. So I think that is what people don't understand. You can run your business from anywhere in the world and make a decent living. You can even be anywhere and do remote jobs from anywhere and earn a decent living. And of course, for young people, that is what they need to understand. And that is a part of what we are working on to make sure the young people understand. So that's basically it. But my policy position is anchored on my electoral mantra, which is the pledge to do more and be better. And one of the things I believe in seriously is is a policy of inclusivity and people-centric governance.
Okay, sir.
So because every other policy you're going to initiate as a government is going to hinge on this. You need to run, first of all, an inclusive government, a government that embraces everyone, and your policies have to be people-centric. In the immediate past administration, we've had instances where people felt sidelined, people felt alienated, like for some of us who were not members of the ruling party, we barely were able to access basic services. That sort of policy is very wrong.
Okay.
So to succeed as a government, you need to be inclusive. The policies have to be focused on the people, and you need to carry everyone along. And even more recently, there has been this subsidy, these palliatives. There have been these palliative or whatever that were brought in, and the palliatives we had a situation where palliatives were distributed only to members of a particular political party, and the rest of us who are not members of that political party were left aside. You cannot succeed. You cannot succeed with that sort of a policy. I believe in inclusivity. So once you're a leader, you have to carry everyone along. You need to bring everyone on board. Your policies need to favor everyone. So that is basically one of
The
my policy positions. And secondly, I believe in job creation through skill acquisition and empowerment. So I don't believe in. I am not a fan of palliatives and giving handouts to people, even though I know that can alleviate temporary suffering. But I am a strong proponent of skill acquisition and real empowerment. So by the time you actually empower people with the right skills, and the right resources, they will be self-sufficient. You'll be able to tackle the problem of unemployment and poverty. Because giving people handouts, giving people palliatives is a temporary measure. So one of my policy directions will be massive skill acquisition and entrepreneurship. So our young people can be adequately empowered with the right skills and resources to run their businesses and be self-sufficient.
All right.
And thirdly, I also believe local government should be financially viable.
Yeah.
Because as at present, there are a lot of leakages when it comes to revenue generation. There are a lot of leakages. We have a situation or instances where revenues that council should generate going into private coffers.
It's a big problem.
That is really not a good thing. Really not a good thing. It's sabotage, and it is fraud. Call it whatever you want to call it. So I believe the council should have the capacity to generate revenue and be self-sufficient and viable to an extent. So that is going to be one of our policy drives, and we believe with your support, we are going to achieve all of that. All right. For instance, we have several revenue heads that I feel the council local government council can tap into. We have for instance, natural resources in Obaliku. We have mining. There are mining activities in Obaliku, which I feel the council has a role to play. And we can actually generate revenue from that. And agriculture is also one thing. But for us to be able to generate revenue from agriculture, from farming activities, we need to make agriculture interesting. We need to incentivize agriculture and provide requisite incentives and a good environment for our young people to get involved in agriculture, and also provide a ready market for food products to be readily exchanged.
Yes.
So when we provide all of that, we'll be able to generate revenue from all of those sources, and I feel that those are untapped revenue heads or revenue sources.
Yes.
That I think the local government council can look into. All right, still on revenue generation, there are several other sources which I think we can tap into immediately, such as entertainment and sports. The Obaliku Local Government Council has the civil center, which I feel is underutilized. Almost immediately, cultural activities and put our civic center to use and generate revenue from there for the local government council. And another aspect of revenue generation is through sports. Sports is something our young people love, not just young people. Sport is not only limited to the young people. One of the most popular sports is football. We are going to reactivate or revitalize the ranch pillars. We're going to bring our ranch pillars back to life and make sure we reconstitute our local teams with young people who will be on the payroll of the local government council, and there will be constant sporting events which we will use to as an avenue for revenue generation, not just for revenue generation, as a means to empower our young people, our teaming youth. So lastly, I want to put this question back to you. Why is the Obaliku International Mountain Race not functional any longer?
It's a difficult question to answer, because I believe that even the people are yearning for it, because it changed a lot of lives, brought employment, empowered young people who worked as stewards and staff collectively on an annual basis, and it was really a good activity. And we hope for a statement that is going to, a policy statement to incentivize it and reactivate it for the benefit of the people.
Okay, one of those beneficiaries of the Obaliku mountain race, and when we get to council, we are going to collaborate with the state government, and we're going to also collaborate with representatives in the National Assembly of this. We have the senator, and we'll have the House of Assembly member, House of Reps member. So we're going to collaborate with them to make sure we revive and bring back the Obaliku mountain race,
even if it's locally.
So we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring that competition back, and even if, like you've rightly said, even if we're going to make it a local arrangement, we're going to bring it back and make sure our young people compete. Compete, and we are going to attract tourists to Obaliku, and that is going to be another source of revenue generation for the local government council. So those are the things I expected the previous administration to have, but unfortunately the administration didn't have the foresight to bring all of this in place. But we believe we have a chance and we have the opportunity to get things right, and we are going to do this.
So, sir, give us a brief on what you are going to do, your vision.
Fit into today's society and skills to be able to be adaptable for the future. Right. Well, that is one of the things we intend to do in the short term, and then in the long term we also intend to set up a fund, because it is not enough to learn digital skills. You need to also provide the requisite funds for people to be able to kickstart their startups, for people to run their businesses. You've acquired the skill, you need to put it into use. You need to start up your business based on the skill you have acquired. So we are going to have a fund. We're going to have a startup fund where,
like a GoFundMe.
No, it's really not going to be in that nature. Really not going to be in that nature. This is going to be more or less like a venture capital arrangement. Yeah, where we'll provide. You have the idea, you have the skill, you have the expertise based on what you have acquired from the training we'll give you. So after the training, you can access funds, to facilitate your business, to bring your ideas to life. So those funds, we're going to provide them to you on an equity basis. We can have an equity stake in your business depending on the level of funding we provide for you. So that is one way. but we can also give funding to you as a grant, because what we are about is skill acquisition and empowerment, because we know that the multiplier effect of it will be huge for the Obanliku people and beyond.
In your area of expertise, which you rightly mentioned, that is digital entrepreneurship, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Ruben. I am a digital entrepreneur, and my vision for the Obanliku people is based on my field of expertise. It's always been my dream to set up a tech hub or a digital hub where the Obanliku people can come and learn digital skills. There are a whole lot of digital skills which we can impact on the young people of Obanliku. I have been doing that even in my private capacity. Even last year, we had a program where we're teaching people web design, web development, and digital marketing, and a whole lot of other digital skills.
You did that with your computer institute, huh?
Yes. That was powered by my company starterhub.io. So we did it right here in Obanliku, in my place, the place I provided myself. Even though there were some limitations, but we were able to reach out to as many people as we could, and a lot of people from the Obanliku extraction specifically benefited from it. And I'm proud to say that the program created a lot of impact, and it's given me the encouragement to do more.
Yes,
so we are going to build a digital hub. We're going to build a tech hub, which which is going to be for every Obanliku young person. We're going to bring in a lot of experts in different fields, which will facilitate most of the programs which we have outlined. So the goal of it is to make sure young people are adequately empowered, digitally empowered, with the right skills to fit in. Well, I am more or less a visionary leader. I would like to describe my leadership style as both visionary and transformational, because I like to inspire people to work towards a future vision and achieve the vision. So I am also somebody who encourages creative ideas, and I challenge people to be their best, to be creative, and to challenge the status quo, because I believe if you are going to achieve extraordinary results, you need to do extraordinary stuff. So I'm visionary. That is my style of leadership. I challenge people to be their best, and to succeed with that, I love to build a team. I love to build a strong team, and give my team members the freedom and responsibilities to do what they are good at. And even though I trust my team members to be able to deliver results, I am not the sort of leader who sits or goes to bed, fold my hands, and feel all is well. I like to always check on my team members and make sure the right things are done. And I always like to, even though I don't like to micromanage, but I like to give my team members a helping hand where I need to handhold them, because I believe a team is as strong as its weakest link. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. So I like to have a strong team with me, and inspire them to be futuristic and achieve a set out goal. So that is basically my style of leadership, and that is what you should expect from me. Expect a leader who is going to challenge the status quo. Expect a leader who is going to be futuristic in planning. I like to delay immediate gratification for future results. So that is what you should expect from me, basically.
That's like a leader that gets things done and says less than what he does.
Basically, that is that. I like to get things done. I like to get results. I don't like excuses. And I believe when you have a goal, you should, for whatever is worth doing well. If you have a set out goal, you should go all out and achieve it.
All right, sir. Talking about opposition, like you made mention earlier, you made mention of a situation whereby palliatives were shared to a specific group of people in a specific political party. Though we are not here for violence, so we are not here to mention any names or specify anything in this video. We can do it some other time, but for today, I believe that it is right for you to put your voice into outlining how you are going to be inclusive, how you are going to handle opposition. How are you going to handle opposition, giving the opportunity of leadership in this large capacity that you request? How are you going to handle opposition? Because opposition has been handled wrongly in the past. That's why we have a reference to look back to. How will you make everybody work with you towards achieving your enormous goals? Because the large and visionary goals, futuristic goals cannot be achieved if opposition is constantly fighting with a setback.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, as a leader, you should always expect opposition. People are going to oppose you, whatever you do. You shouldn't naturally expect everybody to be on your side. Even though that is what you will naturally want. Opposition is what gets the best out of us. That is what I believe anyway. If you're doing, as a leader, if you're doing whatever you do, and if you're not confronted by the opposition, I believe you're doing something wrong. I don't like praise singing. So I like people calling you out once in a while and bringing you to other. So I am somebody who likes to run an inclusive government. So we are going to reach out to the opposition. We're going to make sure everybody is a part of the government, irrespective of your political affiliation. So that is what we are going to do. Obanliku belongs to all of us. So there's a difference between election and governance. So we need to prove to the Obanliku people that we are not just ready for the election, we're also ready for governance. And if you're ready for governance as a leader, it means you have to work with everyone. So we are going to run an inclusive and transparent government. So that is how I think, that's the way I think we are going to get everybody on board. We're going to reach out to the opposition. We're going to make sure everybody is a part of the government, and so we can move Obanliku forward that way.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that question. Action.
All right. On my campaign strategy, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I am not yet a candidate. I'm still an aspirant. Because it would be very disrespectful to my party, to my leaders, and to my other co-contestants to begin to sit here and unroll my campaign strategy. So I feel I should learn to crawl, learn to walk first before I run. So I'm going to take it one step at a time. I'm not going to get involved with the specifics, but what you need to understand is my campaign is going to, even though I don't want to go into specifics, my campaign is going to be more about selling myself. I'm going to do a lot of marketing myself, telling the Obanliku people what I represent, the plans I have for the Obanliku people, the vision I have for the Obanliku people, the programs I intend to initiate if they give me their mandate. So it's going to be basically about that. I'm not going to focus on other people and other factors. So basically what I think would do is telling the Obaliko what we represent, what we are about, what, the plan we have for the Obaliko people, how we're going to make life better for everyone, and
All right, sir. Moving further, I want to ask a question that directs us to the health sector. That's number one. The education sector, number two, and the agriculture sector, number three, in the Obaliko hemisphere. Because if you look at it categorically, the health sector, we've had a recent problem where a lady died during childbirth. And also in the education sector, we have several pictures and videos from the localities and interior of Obanliku where children sit on the ground, no chairs. Schools are in dilapidating states. Students do not have adequate education at this level, even in the 21st century. And also in the agricultural sector that you highlighted, would like you to point out one or two things you're going to do in those areas. Those three areas are what you should focus on highlighting to us in this video, sir.
Thank you very much, Ruben. First of all, on health, well, it's unfortunate that we have health facilities that are not properly manned. Our available health facilities lack the requisite manpower. And Obanliko as a whole, we have one general hospital which should ideally be properly manned. And of course, unfortunately, it is not. That is what led to the recent incident, which you are aware of. There is so much a local government chairman can do, but I believe we can play a supervisory role and do what we think is within our powers to make sure our health centers are adequately manned. We need to make sure our health centers have requisite facilities, especially the General Hospital of Obanliku, the model hospital of Obanliku. We need to have resident doctors and make sure they are always available 24/7 so people can access them and get medical treatment as at when they need it. So we wouldn't want a situation where people can come, queue, wait for days and weeks without being attended to. So it's a sorry situation that needs to stop. We have to actually make sure that we have qualified personnel in our hospitals who are ready to attend to patients at every given time. So we are going to look into that definitely, and also add more health centers and facilities to make sure the Obanliku people get quality health care. And secondly, on education, I am aware of the deplorable state of most of our educational centers, most of our schools, our primary schools and secondary schools, and so on and so forth. I'm aware of the deplorable state of the facilities in those institutions. In my private capacity, as a private citizen, I've made donations whenever possible to some schools. I've provided chairs, I've provided books, I've refurbished offices, staff rooms and all of that for one or two schools in the past. And of course, I am not going to stop there not when we get to council. So we're going to make sure we provide the needed infrastructure for our pupils to learn adequately in our primary schools and secondary schools. We're going to also arrange programs to get the best from teachers, programs that will be targeted at motivating the teachers to make sure they give their best and do their job with pride. And we're going to initiate such programs in our primary schools and secondary schools, and make sure we get the best from our teachers and give them the tools they need to be at their best. And in terms of agriculture, well, I am one of those persons who has privately invested in agriculture. So I know, because I know the value of agriculture, I know the importance of agriculture. Agriculture has the potential to be the mainstay of our economy. So we cannot do without agriculture, and we are not going to continue in traditional ways of farming. We are going to incentivize agriculture. We're going to make agriculture attractive and interesting for young people and old people alike, by providing equipment, providing seedlings, providing giving young people access to land where they can farm at a large scale. We're going to mechanize agriculture. We're going to bring tractors and all of that, so people can actually we're going to make agriculture very interesting, in a nutshell. And we'll provide funding for people. Anybody who wants to go into agriculture, we're going to give them the requisite funding, required grants, and all of that, so they can go into agriculture and produce food, because we need to, first of all, be able to produce food to feed local communities, and food that we can also commercialize and generate revenue from. So that is, if done well, is going to be a key revenue driver for the local government area as well. So basically, we're going to invest a lot in agriculture, because we believe it has the potential to transform our economy and also empower young people to be self-sufficient and sustainable.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that.